Hey everyone, it's JPX Skills, and I'm here with the Java tutorial, and I'm going to explain how to do problem 1 on projecteuler.net. For problem 1, the question is, if you list all the natural numbers below 10 that are multiples of 3 or 5, we get 3, 5, 6, and 9. The sum of these multiples is 23. Find the sum of all the multiples of 3 or 5 below 1000. Okay. So the first thing that we want to do is make a class called problem1 in Eclipse or NetBeans or whatever IDE you have. And of course we're going to start off with the main class. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to have the program run through 10, because in the problem it tells us that all the numbers below 10 that are multiples of 3 or 5 are these numbers, and the sum of them is going to be 23. So we're going to run a problem to solve for the sum of multiples of 3 or 5 below 10. So the first thing that we're going to want to do is we're going to want to declare a while loop, and we're going to make the while loop go for 10 loops with this I, and I is going to be an integer, so we're just going to declare I and initiate it to 1. The reason we're not initiating it to 0 is because 0 wouldn't be a number 1 through 10, and if we did 0, if 0 is divisible by 3 or 5, we might come up with an error, and we wouldn't want that. So let's make some space here. If you do I++ at the bottom, that will increment I by 1 every time it runs through, so it'll run through 1 through 10. And inside of the loop, we're going to do if I is divisible by 3, the modulus just gets the remainder of I divided by whatever number whatever number's after the modulus. So if that's 0, then it's divisible by 3. And if I is divisible by 5, then we're going to, well, first off, we're going to make a variable called sum and initiate it to 0. And we're going to do sum plus equals I. And plus equals just means it's going to cumulatively add I to sum. And that is about all we need. Oh, there we go. Okay. What I'm going to do is iso and control space. This prints out system.out.println. For aesthetics, we're going to do sum is, and then plus sum. And if we run this, sum is 23. So now all we have to do is change 10 to 1000. And if you want to check to make sure sum is 23, we can go back to the problem and find out that the sum of these multiples is 23, so that's correct. So if we change this to 1000, we can find out that this is the actual sum, and that is 233,168. Thank you for watching, and if you have any questions, message me, and if this helped you in any way, then just like the video. But until next time, please subscribe.